For the next 100 days, I will be attempting to survive in hardcore Minecraft while being stalked and followed by Herobrine. I built this mod pack around two main mods, From the Fog and End of Herobrine. Other major changes involve the first person mod, vanilla plus shaders, and a custom alpha textures resource pack, as well as many smaller mods. Watch as I start from nothing and build my way into something great while being followed by Minecraft's most notorious legend. Count how many times you see Herobrine in this video and put it down in the comments below. On day 1, I just chopped down trees and got some basic tools. I collected wood, stone, coal, and did a little bit of exploring. These old textures feel very nostalgic. I also left the in-game music on, even though I usually turn it off, but it added to the vibes nicely. The terrain generation here was very weird in this area, but it kind of reminded me of old Minecraft in a way as well. As night began to fall, I found a small mossy cobblestone pyramid. Not sure what it does, but it looks cool. The nighttime was very dark, and fearing for my life, I waited on top of this tree for daytime to come. On the morning of day 2, I wanted to go exploring, but first I had to lure this skeleton out into the light so he would burn. You can tell this skeleton is a pro gamer though. Look at these 360s. I found this cave I wanted to explore for iron, but that turned out to be an explosively bad idea. Get it? Soon enough, it was becoming night again, but I wanted to collect some food on my way home. Was finally able to make a bed this day. On day 3, I cooked up some food in preparation to go exploring again, hopefully to find something good this time. And I did, because as night fell, I saw a light in the distance that turned out to be a village. This may be one of the world's smallest villages, but I did find some iron pants, which will be helpful. Monsters chased me into a house that didn't have a bed, so I had to wait all night till morning again. Yes, very epic gameplay. I hear sounds in the darkness. I'm starting to believe something else is out there. On day 4, I returned home and cooked up the food that I had collected and tried to do some caving. But all the caves around here are pretty terrible, just complete dead ends. I did some exploring and found a weird bridge before deciding to turn back because it was starting to get dark. Day 5, I had a yearning for infrastructure. If I'm going to survive 100 days in this world, I would need a proper home. Or at least some walls to keep me safe and a more sustainable source of food. So I began chopping trees and digging up the land. I would keep the treehouse as a sort of watchtower, but I needed a safer entrance to it than just building up to it with dirt every time. By the end of day 5, I had built a staircase. Incredible. Day 6 started off strong by building some walls around the staircase, and I built a fence around the tower so I wouldn't fall off. On day 7, I started out by building a small wheat farm. Bread would be the way to go for me from now on. When I finished the farm, I noticed this strange structure that wasn't there before. By now I was really starting to think I wasn't alone in this Minecraft world. Upon further investigation, I found there was lava on the inside. Was this a trap for me? I tried to mine the blocks, but I was attacked by a silverfish. When it hit me, I found myself teleported far away, but I didn't know how far from my base I had been moved. When I finally arrived back home, I decided to plug up this lava, and then another silverfish sent me to a field behind my base, where I was attacked trying to hunt animals for food. On the morning of day 8, I finished tilling the ground for my farm. Now, I just needed to wait for the seeds to grow, so I could plant the whole farm. On day 9, I started a mine. I'm now 10% through the challenge, and I have barely mined any iron. The mine I made is awful and bad, truly the worst. On day 11, I added stairs to the mine to ease the pain of the lack of iron I was finding. Day 12, I decided to get smart and strip mine at a Y level where iron ore is meant to generate more commonly, and I finally found a bit of iron. Day 13, I found this villager stuck in the wall. Nope, he's a Herobrine villager, but he does seem friendly, which is confusing. His name is Gerard. Gerard has to stay outside. I went to collect more iron, and when I came back, there was a child in my bed. In Minecraft. I believe this must be Gerard. It seems that he has transformed into a child now that Herobrine is no longer inside of him. On day 14, I chopped trees. Yep, that's it. I wanted to make the village more like an extension to the base, so I was trying to carve a pathway through the forest so I could get to it easier. On day 15, it was more of the same, but then I got bored of tree chopping and decided I should just go set up a temporary outpost at the village. So I decided to go ahead and claim this villager's house for my own and began remodeling it. I finished remodeling it on day 16. After finishing the house, I found this big glowing H. This would be the first of many letters I'm going to find throughout this video. As the video goes on, try and see how many letters you can find, and go in the comments to write what you think they're trying to spell. On day 17, I figured it was about time to teach these villagers about capitalism. By day 18, it was all about infrastructure once again. I expanded the land, and I began what would become a rather sizable tree farm, and cleared away unwanted houses. These villagers will live in the pits now. All about harvesting wood on day 19, trading with villagers, harvesting wood, 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 trading with villagers. On day 20, I leveled up my armorer to now sell me full diamond armor. On day 21, I decided this village would now be my main base, so I moved all my items over from the starter base, and after that, I expanded the tree farm. I need more wood. After that, I decided I should investigate the Big H. After many years of mining one block, nothing happened. I began clearing out an area where I planned to build a villager breeder because I wanted to do more trades and also build an iron farm. Saw Herobrine in the distance, and when I looked at him, he attacked me. I fought valiantly, but in the end, he escaped. On the morning of day 22, I fought a Herobrine zombie, which was pretty cool. And at the end of day 22, the breeder is practically ready for villagers. I just need crops. On day 23, I wanted to put villagers in my breeder, so I decided to go back and grab Gerard, because all the other villagers already had jobs. And when I came back, Gerard, do you have a son? He says it's his brother Mikey. I don't know. Even Herobrine isn't sure where he came from. On the morning of day 24, I put Gerard in a boat and decided to take him back to the base. A quarter of the way through the challenge, and I finally got Gerard back to the main base. Now I have to go grab Mikey and get the band back together. And that's exactly what I did on the morning of day 26. Knowing my route this time, I got Mikey over much faster than I did with Gerard, and by the end of the day, I had the breeder finished. I just need to plant the crops on the farm on day 27. Ew, I only have wheat. Well, this farm is gonna suck without carrots. Now it was time to go mining. I found a large cave just outside the village, and I will be extracting everything good out of it for the rest of these 100 days. I found a spawner. Yes, I'll do something special with you, he said mendaciously. I fought this guy on day 28. I re-emerged from the cave on day 29, and after some trading, I now get diamond tools. Very cool. This made farming wood quite fast. On day 30, I realized that my villager breeder was awful, and I would need carrots in order to make it work correctly. But now that I have a diamond pickaxe, I want to see if I could collect the block that the H was made out of. I believe this is called glowing obsidian. But don't fact check me on this, please. This was an awful idea, as it spawned a silverfish, and not only did it teleport me away, but he also ate the remaining blocks on the H. Not only was I somewhere I didn't know, but I didn't even have the H anymore. Found my way back home, and went back into the caves again on day 31. Yep, just here for some obsidian. That's right, because I'm going to the nether on day 32. But that didn't last long, because now a third of the way through the challenge, I tried to make the breeder work better. It didn't work. On day 34, I had to return to the original base to find another villager. Yes, he'll do nicely at the main base. His name is Frank.
You are not Gerard. Get off of Gerard's bed. Oh my gosh. That's not okay. That's not okay. Oh my gosh. Hey. Where are you going? Play some more signs?
I began working on a pumpkin/melon farm on day 35. If I had used it more than once in this video, it would have been pretty good for emeralds. On day 36, I wanted to build an automatic sugar cane farm, but I have no sugar cane, so I went in search for some. I also wanted to find some carrots to make the breeder a bit better. Traveling through the snow, I found an E. Have you guessed what's being spelled yet? I did find some sugar cane by the end of the day, and I stopped in a village for the night. The village had potatoes, but no carrots. So on day 37, I decided to go out and search for another village. I found a bridge. Herobrine was standing by it. It almost seemed as if he was trying to tell me something. Had he built the bridge? I did manage to find another village that had diamonds, too. Oh, jeez. I don't think he liked me taking those things. On day 38, I found carrots in this village, but I wanted to explore a bit further before going home. All I found was an outpost. On day 39, I found my way home and replaced the wheat in the breeder with carrots. Oh. All of day 40 was spent in the mines looking for iron. On day 41, I was still in the mines, looking for iron. On day 42, I used the iron I found to upgrade my weaponsmith. Now he can sell swords. He sold me one with an enchantment called Notch's Blessing, which in this mod is basically just sharpness 2. I'm not sure if it does anything else, and unfortunately I can't put it with sharpness either, or else I would have a very cool sword for later. I don't realize this until later when I'm trying to make a very cool sword. On day 43, I began working on a sugarcane farm. Worked on the sugarcane farm on day 44. I finished the farm and the collection part of the farm on day 45.
I don't know why he is now a possessed villager, but he is. So that's crazy.
On day 46, I decided to start making a creeper farm. I like to build these 2 farms right before I go fight the dragon so I can bring rockets with me. So when I go and look for an elytra right away, I can fly around to continue looting more end cities. Doing more work on the creeper farm, day number 47. Almost finished with the creeper farm on day 48. And on day 49, the creeper farm is complete. Now, halfway through the challenge, I found myself in the Nether looking for a fortress. And since it's halfway through the video, if you haven't yet, you should go down below the video and leave a like. After all, if you haven't been enjoying the video, why are you still watching? Also, they tell me if I say the word subscribe, the subscribe button is supposed to light up or something. I don't know. What I do know, though, is I'm really trying to get to 3,000 subscribers soon. We're almost there. We can do it. And for those of you who are already subscribed and want to support the channel even further, there should be a new join button down there beneath the video to become a channel member. If it's not there, it will be soon. I know a lot of you guys have been asking when it's going to come out, and it should be out as of the uploading of this video. On day 51, I finally found another fortress and began looking for blaze rods. I have a dragon to kill. By the end of day 51, I had my rods and made my way back home, only to find a horde of zombies had gotten into my villagers and had turned them mostly into Herobrine.
Alright, we're back. It's day number 51, and we're doing some live commentary, which is crazy. I don't know. Maybe this part of the video is going to be just like totally edited, like it never happened. Oh, crap. This isn't good. Let me sleep. Oh, I can't. There are monsters nearby. Nope. Focus up on me. Focus up on me. Oh, jeez. Get out of here, Herobrine. I don't have arrows. Oh. I built a fence around my villagers on day 52, so that wouldn't happen again. After realizing my creeper farm wasn't working, I realized I needed to make a tower on top of it to AFK. This was scary. One wrong move and it's all over for me. I AFK'd the creeper farm all night and got to enjoy the profits on day 53. All I did the rest of the day was chop down trees and sell them to villagers. I decided to do some live commentary on day number 54. It's so foggy, but I know it's time. I should make some type of water for me to land in. Why is it so foggy? I think I maybe was inside of a cloud. Now, the reason why I'm doing live commentary right now is because I know future me, when I edit this video, I am not gonna wanna post commentate every single day. So I figured I'd do myself a little bit of a favor and do just a little bit of commentary during. I know I'm gonna appreciate that a lot for myself, and I have a feeling knowing some of the commentaries already done is gonna help me have a bit more motivation to do the editing. Because really, the biggest part of the editing for this video is gonna be all of the commentary. So knowing that a little bit of it's done already before I even start is gonna help me out big time. Oh my gosh, bro. 29 more, not bad. This thing's working like a champ too. Oh my goodness. On day 55, I set out to go find the stronghold. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore you. Finally arrived at the stronghold, some point on day 56. After finding the portal room on day 57, the first thing I did was make a nether portal to make a quick way back to my base so I could travel here and back there quickly in the future. On day 58, I just AFK'd for some more gunpowder so I can make rockets. I wanted to explore with an elytra immediately after killing the dragon. On day 59, I could stall no longer. It was time to take on the dragon.
By day 60, the dragon was defeated. Classic dragon fight. Now it's time to go explore the end. Finally found the world's smallest end city on day 61. Didn't even have a ship. After that, I did end up finding a much bigger one with a ship as well, right before the end of the day. With my new wings on day number 62, I set out in search for more cities and more loot. Looting is a lot quicker with these wings, and they make finding good items a lot more efficient. By the end of day 63, I had done all the looting I had wanted to do, and I was quite bored, so I went back home. Back home, I started combining all the weapons and tools and armor I had found and organized all my loot. My armor wasn't quite perfect, but it was much better than what I had before. My preferred style of progression, rather than just using villagers to get a bunch of enchanted books and max out pretty quickly, is I like to go fight the Ender Dragon in some pretty low to mid-range armor, and then use end cities to get the rest of the enchantments that I need. And I like to use it as a good way to get mending as well. It just makes it feel a lot more worth exploring, aside from just getting shulkers and elytra. None of the chest loot is really worth getting if you're already maxed out. That's my personal opinion though. Just, I feel like it adds more like progression to the game. Top of the morning, on a full stack of days, I decided I wanted to make a more fun way down from my creeper AFK spot. Also, I have this really cool falling animation in one of the mods that I added, and I wanted to actually be able to see it in the video. So yeah, that was terrifying. I don't quite have mending on everything, so now it's time to make a villager. Well, no mending yesterday. Let's see if we can get it on day 65. And we got it. It's now time to build a proper enchanting setup to get any enchantments I am still missing. So I spent basically all night just farming wood. I don't care about the emeralds I'll make. I really just want to get XP from the villagers. I don't show it, but most nights are spent either farming wood or AFK at the creeper farm. Yeah, 2/3 into the challenge, I'm trading with villagers for bookshelves. Looking back, this is not the most efficient way. Could have gone back to the stronghold, or even just farmed cows, since I have pretty good sugarcane farm. Oh well. Ah yes, a new day, you know what that means. Oh, that is so terrifying every time. Day 67 was a lot more of the same, but I did finish my enchanting setup and started improving my tools. Started flattening some of my land on day 68. I want to make this a proper base. Right now it's very cramped and still feels like a starter base. Cozy, but not quite my vision. In this area, I'm building a proper animal pen. Not for food, I have that for my villagers, but for sheep. I need lots of wool for my next project. What's up? Ah yes, on day number nice, I transported some sheep over to the base and dyed them blue. Then began breeding them. Nice. On day number 70, I'm back in the end, but not for exploring. It's Enderman farm time. Part of this farm requires like a bunch of carpets, so that's why I had the sheep for. This project may take a few days to build, but it will be worth it. Day number 71, and I'm building the spawning platform for the farm. This is probably the most terrifying part of hardcore Minecraft. In a normal world, I would hate to fall in the void because I'd lose all my stuff, but in this world, it's a one-way trip to the Create New World menu. And this far in the playthrough, I would hate to start over now. Oh my gosh, I have no freaking clue what that was. That was so scary. Oh yeah, and apparently there are jump scares in this game. No clue which mod that is. On day 72, I'm building the mechanism that powers this farm. The real icing on the cake. Still missing some carpets, but the farm is functionally done. With this farm fully functional, I'm going to spend day 73 grinding at the farm to improve my enchantments on my armor and tools. This grind actually continued into day 74. At this point, I also moved my enchanting setup to the end, so I would have less back and forth travel when enchanting my gear. This is actually the second time I've actually built one of these farms, but I think I am in love with this farm. It's just so good. 3/4 of the way through the playthrough, and all that's left for my armor and tools is netherite. No way this takes way too long. Spoilers, it does. Instead of telling you I mined for netherite several times, I'll just do a quick montage and come back when we have enough. Okay, we're back on day 79. We have located a bastion as well, which I need to find another upgrade template. Fully suited up in netherite, I realized the last main part of Minecraft I wanted to do was actually to make a good looking base, which would require a beacon because I want to flatten the top of this mountain. So on day 80, I'm finally getting around to building an iron farm. And the iron farm is just about complete on day 81. Just gotta get the last villager in. And as it rolls into day 82, the iron farm is done. Well, kinda. I still need to build a collection system. Time to turn the farm on day 83, but it doesn't work. I figured it was probably the villager breeder villagers were too close, which they were. Kind of felt bad about having to do this. Gerard and Mikey and Frank all work at the iron farm, so they're fine. So for some reason, when removing these villagers, they became Herobrine villagers. Apparently, they give you a bad omen when you kill them. So now I'm fighting a raid. Oh well, I wanted to get a totem anyway. The raid lasted into day 84 because I just couldn't find where these guys were spawning. Great job, Mojang, coding your broken game. Please fix it. Anyway, I won the raid and went to bed. With the hero of the village effect, maybe these villagers will forget what I did to their friends. I forced to breed repeatedly and then murdered. I think that unironically breaks, like, a few parts of the Geneva Convention. Oh yeah, also I trimmed my armor too. So it turns out the villagers are still too close to the iron farm, so it doesn't work. So on day 86, building them a house. That's what I'm doing. And the villager house is finished on day number 87. Nope, it's not. Nearly done building it on day 88. Finishing up the roof here on day 89. And the good news is the iron farm works now. Now I need to do some work on my base, and hopefully it'll produce enough iron to make a full beacon by day number 100. And then I'll hope I have enough time to fight the Wither as well. Mostly just chopping trees down on day number 90. I was worried golems would spawn on the trees, so I wanted to get them out. I wanted to start getting the base looking nice on day number 91. I don't think I'll ever be able to see my plans for a good and proper mega base will come to fruition in this video, but I can at least make it look pretty good. Started taking down the old villager pit since it's not used anymore. I also turned this big letter B into a nice water feature. No clue where it came from, it just appeared one day. On day number 92, I continued to make the base look nice. I did some decoration on Nether Portal and gave it a sort of Tory Gate design. I love Tory Gates. Started the morning of day 93 by building a villager statue on top of the villager house. I then replaced the podzol where the tree farm was with grass, which looks a lot better. And I began terraforming the side of the mountain. Finished the cliffside on day number 94. Leading into the morning of day 95, I was doing some serious terraforming. I really want to make this base look nice, but I'm running out of time. Spent the rest of the day just digging and terraforming. I spent the whole night of 95 and 96 scooting the sugarcane over a bit and redoing the building to look a little bit nicer too. Unconfident that my iron farm will make enough for a beacon, by the end of the video, I went down into the mines to dig out a huge iron vein I remembered seeing earlier in the video. I emerged from the cave on day 98. I may have enough iron for the beacon. I don't know. Well, let's just hope I can figure it out and get enough skulls by day 100. I started setting out the base for the beacon on day number 99, and then I remembered I can mix ore blocks, so it doesn't just have to be iron. So, for anyone who didn't watch till the end of the video, let's just say the iron farm made enough, no need to worry. Having enough for the beacon, I immediately ran to the fortress as fast as I could to get my skulls. And I got the most incredible luck of my life. And by the end of day 99, I was down in the cave spawning the Wither, ready to go. As the sun rose on day 100, I looked out at what I had done and how long I had survived. This was fun, but I'm glad to be done. But seriously, if you watched this far into the video, big thank you to you. I'm highly considering making it a part 2, where I'll add a ton more mods, and hopefully one that lets me actually defeat Herobrine. Unfortunately, neither of the mods I have in this let me do a proper fight or anything like that. At least as of the recording of this video. But anyway, if you haven't yet, please leave a like, subscribe for more content, and consider becoming a channel member for exclusive perks and content as well. Thank you.